Many drone pilots nowadays are moving from DJI to American-made drone platforms for various reasons that are happening globally. For drone platforms such as Inspired Flight, FreeFly, Harris Aerial, the native flight planning apps are not exactly what pilots are used to, especially if they're used to using something like DJI Pilot 2. Well, don't worry, because UgCS is here to make your problems go away. Meet professional flight planning that is quick and easy to learn and supports most popular drone platforms, including DJI and non-DJI drones. So if you are using American-made drones based on open-source drone platforms such as Ardupilot and PX4, in this video I will show you 3 different ways how you can get these drones connected to UgCS and get started with professional flight planning. But first things first, when you install UgCS, make sure that during the installation you select either Ardupilot or PX4 platforms. This is an important step because this installs the software component that helps you connect these drones to UgCS. The download link for UgCS is down in the video description below. Here I can also mention that recently we launched an open version of UgCS, making flight planning free and open to everyone. So here are 3 ways how you can connect these drones to UgCS. Number 1 is using the Telemetry Radio. Number 2 is using the Herelink controller by connecting your computer to the Herelink controller's access point. And number 3 is by connecting both the Herelink and your computer to the same Wi-Fi network. And now let's go through them in detail, and I will show you exactly how you can use each of them to connect your drone to UgCS. So the first method of connection is using telemetry radios. And this is the most simplest of all. So to connect the drone using the telemetry radio, first make sure that you have the Ardupilot VSM running in the Service Manager. If you're using a Mac, the Service Manager can be found up here, and if you're using a Windows computer, you will be able to find it in the toolbar below. And then when you connect the telemetry radio to UgCS, your drone will be automatically displayed on the map. So you can see we have one telemetry radio here on the drone, and then also I'm holding another telemetry radio. And it's as simple as having UgCS running on your computer, connecting this telemetry radio to your computer through USB, and then the drone will automatically be detected and will be shown in UgCS. So now I'll be telling you about the second method, which involves enabling the hotspot on the Herelink controller and then connecting the computer to that hotspot. So to connect your drone using the Herelink's inbuilt access point to UgCS, what you need to do is the following. So on the Herelink controller, slide down from the top, and where you have your mobile hotspot, just tap on that and make sure to enable the mobile hotspot. You can, by the way, find the mobile hotspot name and the password here in the settings of the device. I will not show this now. I think this should be quite clear on how to do. So now with the hotspot enabled, on your computer, you can simply go to your Wi-Fi settings and then find the Herelink hotspot. Here you can see it's called Herelink SPH, and just select that, enter the password if it asks you for it, and you will be connected. And now you can actually already see that the drone is connected and it is shown in UgCS. And that's it. That's actually the most simplest method how you can do this, and this is the method that I usually prefer. And now let's go through the third way of how you can connect your drone to UgCS. So the third way is like this. You will need to have both the Herelink controller as well as the computer connected to the same Wi-Fi network. So let's start with that. So for my computer, you can see I'm now connected to the SPH Wi-Fi network. But you can use any network, you can use your mobile phone, whatever works for you. And now on the Herelink controller, I will also check that the Wi-Fi is enabled and that it connects to the same Wi-Fi network. And you can see that we are connected indeed to the same Wi-Fi network. Then next thing you need to do now is find out the IP address of the Herelink controller. You can do this by going into the settings and then scrolling down to where you see your IP address. This is really important because this address you will need to insert in the configuration file. So the third method is a bit more advanced. It takes a bit more tinkering. That's why sometimes I do prefer the second one. But I'll show you anyways how you can do this. So on your computer, you will need to open up the configuration file of the Ardupilot VSM. So this is the software component that's responsible for connecting these drones to UgCS. Depending whether you're using a Windows-based computer or a Mac-based computer, the file will be located in different directories. You will see them on the screen now. So once you have the file open, you will need to add the following lines in here. I will now highlight them. So these are the lines that you will need to add. The first one is the IP address. So it's really important that the IP address you see here in this file matches the address that is in the controller. Also, it's important to note that as you switch to a different network, this address will change as well. So you can see I have the address, and then below that I have the port number that is used. The port number always will remain the same. These two lines can also be found in the Herelink connection section of our user manual. The link will be down in the description below. Then, once you have added these lines to the configuration file, make sure to save the file. And after that, when the file is saved, you will need to go in your service manager of UgCS and restart the VSM. And next, once the VSM is restarted, the new IP address and the port will already be used. And you can now see that the drone is already connected to UgCS and we are ready to use it. And so now finally, I just want to show to you firstly how you can upload the route directly from UgCS, and also how you can see the same route in your Q ground control app running on the Herelink controller. So uploading the route once the drone is connected to UgCS is really simple. You just have to press on the Upload Route button, then select Start Route from the beginning and click on Confirm. And now you can see that the route is being uploaded to the drone. Okay, and now once you have uploaded the route to the drone, you can arm the drone once all the pre-arm checks are cleared, and you can start the route. In our case, you can see we still have a few pre-arm checks simply because the drone is inside the office and is not out in the field. And now I also want to show to you how you can see that same route on your Q Ground Control app. So now in the Q Ground Control app, go into the Plan section and then select File. Now scroll down, and under the Vehicle tab, you will see the button that says Download. Press on that. And now it will prompt you whether you want to overwrite the current mission. Here you can select Yes. Now you can see it's downloading the active route from the drone onto the Q Ground Control app. Note that this works when you have already uploaded the route from UgCS onto the drone. And now you can see the route inside of the Q Ground Control app. And so now you can either start the route from UgCS, or if you want, you can also actually start the route from the Herelink controller from the Q Ground Control app by simply uploading the route again and then pressing on Start. So to summarize, the methods are: number 1, Telemetry Radio link, which you simply plug in the USB port. Number 2, you can use the Herelink controller and simply connect your computer to the Herelink controller's access point. And number 3 is you can have both the computer and the Herelink on the same Wi-Fi, but then you do need to add the IP address of the Herelink controller onto the configuration file that's on the computer. And in case you're not familiar with UgCS, a link to download it is down in the description below. UgCS installs locally on your computer, has a full 3D flight planning interface, supports most popular drone platforms, allows you to upload terrain elevation files, use map overlays, and so much more. And if you have any more questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. We also have a Facebook group of UgCS drone pilots. The link will be down in the description below as well. So thank you for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.